Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go ahead and do our reset or a budget reset for the month of July. So I have my spreadsheet here in front of me. The spreadsheet is free, the template's below if you guys do want to utilize it as well. And we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it actually because I have to make dinner soon. So I'm gonna try to film this as quickly as possible before the kiddos start getting hangry. So we're going to jump right into our first section. Well, technically it's our second section. The first section here, our monthly overview, is just like an addition of all of the funds. Really quick, let me actually go over these sections because I realized I don't think I ever did in like the first video of talking about this budget sheet. But we have our yearly budget for 2025. Honestly, you guys can always customize this and change it to whatever year you guys want and to store it as the years go on. And these are all customizable for you guys. You guys can change the color, you guys can change the font. So we have the first box here, which is our total income. It's an addition of all the incomes in this green section. And you guys will also see like a monthly recap of our income here in this first line, in this pink one. The colors that are filled in, these all have formulas in there, so you do not have to do anything with them. But the ones that are white are the ones that you guys can always adjust and change out if you want to. But everything else does have a formula. So if you do alter it, then the formula won't be there anymore. So just keep that in mind. But the total income for the year or for whatever months you guys have filled out for the year so far, same with total expenses plus the bills, which is total expenses and then our bills here for these two sections. Expenses is broken down underneath this blue section, and then bills is broken down underneath this yellow section below. So both of those added up for the year, how much it costs, and then also for your total income, subtracting your total expenses, what the amount is afterwards. So you kind of see what the leftover amount is that you have for the year. As you guys can see, I actually took out all of our budget amounts or budgeted amounts for here. I was speaking with my husband, and just for privacy reasons, because like once you put your stuff out there, it's out there. We're still kind of like figuring out how much we want to share and what we want to keep to ourselves and keep private for like ourselves, for our children, for like things like that. So for right now it's going to be empty. So we're just thinking of things. We're thinking of things. But that is what the income section is. And then for other, this is our cash rewards from April that we withdrew or cashed out. I'm thinking we're probably gonna cash out again in July or August, but I'll share that with you guys when we do. Anything that we make outside of our normal income, I will definitely share with you guys. Next, we have our expenses here. So now to dive into our July budget for our main expenses. I'm actually going to add a row, and you guys can also do this too if you guys need extra spaces. But I'm going to add a sinking fund section because sinking funds, as you guys know, I used to have it broken down. This is when I had more time to organize things and spend on our budget, but since I have been taking more of a shortcut version. I'm going to try to separate things out a little bit more. For main expenses, this is kind of like our version of like cash envelopes, if you will, or like electronic cash envelopes. These are for gas, electronic, or for groceries, and we're going to keep this at 1,000. Next, we have our sinking funds, which is 500. So in total, we're still doing the 1,500 that was our budget prior. And I'm going to break down the sinking funds and main expenses with you guys too in the apps that we use, along with these little spreads down here that I have for you guys too. Next, we have our automatic investments. We really have been trying to pay a little bit more attention to investing a little bit more versus saving, and we're going to be doing $200 into our investments. As you guys kind of noticed, everything's crossed out currently. I realized that it might have been like this in the template too, so if it is, I'm so sorry. I'm going to fix it. So if you guys do re-download the template, it won't have these automatically crossed out, but it is an easy fix though. If you guys just click on whatever ones that are crossed out, you can click on this little cross out button up here and the strike through will go away. The reason why I have it like this is because this is kind of like our budget. I haven't transferred any money yet, so I cross it out until something's transferred or paid. It'll make a little bit more sense when I go farther down into the bills, but let's just keep going for now. Next, we have Ally. We have an automatic transfer of $100 per month. For other, we have nothing for other. Then for our extra mortgage payment, we are going to do $300 for this month and nothing for extra debt payment. So this is what our regular expenses are looking like. These are kind of like our variable ones, the ones that we can always like readjust. And let's talk about our bills next. So for bills, these are kind of set in stone for us. These are bills that we have to pay even if we don't want to. Our first one is going to be for a mortgage, and honestly, because I'm feeling lazy right now, I'm going to just copy and highlight all these cells by kind of just clicking on the first one, pressing shift, and clicking on the last one, and then copying them and pasting it into our July one, because a lot of these ones are the same exact amounts. So let's go ahead and review these. First one is for our mortgage. Our mortgage is actually going to be different for this month, which is $1,267.80. So that one's actually different. I'm gonna cross out all of these too, just so we can just work with how it is now. I'm being like very picky, but the gray ones that are zeros I don't cross out. But next we have our HOA, which is $60.66, which is the same as always. This one for gas, I think I'm going to change it to an estimate of maybe $70-ish. I feel like gas has been very expensive these last. Let's do $100 for this one, and then for electric we'll estimate around $70, because I feel like this one fluctuates more, but even $70 might be a little bit low. Actually, let's just change it to 100, because I'd rather have us have extra money versus being short on funds. So let's do $100 as a guess for both of them. For sewer and water, I think we will have a bill for this month for both of these. So let me do $150 as both of them too for an estimate, and I'm going to cross them out since they're not paid yet. And honestly, the cross out could be like vice versa, right? Like it could be where you don't cross any of them out, but then as you pay for them, you do cross them out. But for me, from like a visual perspective, as the months go on, I rather see the numbers not crossed out. So that's kind of why I'm doing it this way. You don't even have to do the cross out. It's just whatever works for you and whatever makes sense to you. So this is kind of just what we do for us. But next we have car insurance. Car insurance only comes out twice a year, so we don't have anything for car insurance. Then we have our car payments. Car payment is the same, so $784.91. Student loans is the same. Same with student loans for my husband. Our mobile, it should be the same, but I'm gonna change it to $165 just because sometimes it varies by a few cents. Our internet is actually not $121 anymore. My husband ended up calling to see if there was like a promotion, and he called and was able to get a promo for $113 instead for like the next couple years, which is nice. So that'll be $113. Netflix is the same, Spotify and iCloud is the same, or cloud storage, sorry. But now talking about these amounts, we actually already paid our mortgage because we like to pay like immediately once it shows. So our mortgage is paid, same with the extra mortgage payment. So those are already done. So I'm going to uncross them. And our car payment is also already paid. So these are all paid already, but we still have a bunch that's not paid yet. So that's kind of what I'm going to leave it as. In the month of June, since I'm still filming this video in June, as you guys can see, we still have 3 bills that have not came out yet. So those are still crossed out. But that is what this is looking like so far for our budget. So we know for our regular expenses, we need at least $2,100. And then for our bills, we're going to estimate around $4,200. And I realized that mine is a different color from the template. So let me change that. Change this color to match. I don't remember what color I used. Maybe it was this one. I think so. Okay. I only wanted to make this like not completely white because like it was not like a bill. So I wanted to make it like have a little bit of a shaded color, even though like you would have to manually put in your budget amount in here. And you definitely don't have to fill this out at all. Honestly, like you could just completely leave this blank. But the reason why I do is because I just like to have even numbers. So when I have like a budgeted amount in whatever our bills are, let's say maybe these are for electric and gas, these are a little bit more or a little bit less, that varying amount will alter and automatically change in here. And it's just easy for me to kind of like have a little bit of peace of mind. Like if I end up having bills a little bit more money, I already kind of overestimated, so we have a little bit of a a cushion for our bills if one goes a little bit over than budgeted. But that's kind of why I like to have like an estimate or a budgeted amount for bills. It's just preference for sure. Like again, if you guys don't want to use these, you guys can just delete them for this column and this column. But for me, it's very helpful for me to just have like a straightforward budget. So 4,200 plus 2,100 for both of these. We know that we have to have $6,300 for the month of July to be able to pay for all of our budgets for the entire month. We are monthly budgeters because it just has been working for us for years now. We just like to have the month roll around, have all of our bills ready to go, and not think about it again as the month goes on. And how we accomplish that is, I believe one of the years we kind of just like used up what we had in savings, and also if we had tax returns, we just used that to kind of be a month ahead, and then we just went from there, and it just really was such a game changer. Now let's talk about our sinking funds and money envelopes. So we know for our money envelopes or our main expenses, cash envelopes, whatever name you guys want to use for this, we have a budget for $1,000. And then for sinking funds, we have a budget for $500. Next, I want to talk about our main expenses and our sinking funds. And I want to fill out both the sinking funds and the money envelopes, but I didn't realize how long this video would be. So I think I might have to do like a part 2 of this. I'll try to film it later today after dinner and bath and bedtime for the girls. But that's actually going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys found this video useful. Let me know if you have any questions and I'll try to answer it in the next video. Thank you guys so much as always for being here, and I hope that you guys have an amazing day, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time.